fish and you caught me, you'd say, look at that fish, shimmering in the sun. Such a rare one, can't believe that you caught one. If I were a fish and you caught me, you'd say, look at that fish, heaviest in the sea. You'd win first prize if you caught me. Why is everybody on the internet so mean? Why is everybody so afraid of what they've never seen? If I was strolling through and I saw me flopping around and singing my song, I'd say, damn, they're cute and sing along. If I were a rock, you would pick me up and say, that's a nice rock, skippiest on the lake. Plop, 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 I'm the perfect shape. And if I were a sock, you would put me on and say, that's a nice sock, happiest as a pair. I found you, now I'm not scared. Why is everybody on the internet so mean? Why is everybody so afraid of what they've never seen? If I was strolling through and I saw me flopping around and singing my song, I'd say, damn, they're cute and sing along. How lucky are we? Of all the fish in the sea, you get to be you, and I get to be me. Just let 'em be me. We're as free as can be, to be the youest of you, and the meest of me. If I were a fish, 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 This is the funnest thing I've ever done in my life. Yeah!
Alrighty. Diving right in, we have art fight attacks to do. Actually, what's my current number at, actually? I have 7 attacks that I still owe revenges for. However, actually, what's my stats at? Hold on, what's my stats? I've received 18 and I've done 13. So I only have to do 5 more? I don't know how that really adds up. Oh, because I did a couple of attacks before I started getting some. So I have a couple already done. So if I do all of them, then I will be ahead. Okay. No, that does make sense, actually. That does make some sense. Does make some sense. Only some. All right. So yay, we have we have hearts. And this person drew CK like fucking instantly. This isn't the one that did that very first piece, but it was someone who drew them within like a couple of days of CK getting made. And I honestly, since it's like a mostly pink character, I think that I can use that digital painting tool to make this, and it might be kind of neat. Also, this is just placed weirdly. I'm looking at a new camera already. I'm looking at replacing this freaking camera. I've had this thing for like 5 years or something. And it, maybe a bit less than that, but still, it is like kind of glitching out sometimes, has some disconnect problems occasionally. It's like, okay, it's kind of annoying. Let's look at replacements. Why is every good DSLR, like literally good, not even like, you know, like freaking amazing, but like better than a webcam, good, like $1,000? So I was just looking at like better webcams instead. But like the only good webcams that exist are ones that like are designed that you put on a table, and like they do like you know, do all this like, you know, scanning the room, you can make them move around and such. Or it's Logitech, which is the software that I use that annoys me. maybe it really annoys me because this camera is so old and it might not be designed for it anymore, but they still sell the Model 2 prior to this camera. So I would hope that if they still sell that model, they would have their program support that model, and hopefully that this Model 2, which is a later version of it. So yeah, I spent some time this morning on that. Art, indeed. This is my last art stream for the week. Afterwards, my next stream will be with Ken. Because, hooray. This isn't a volley. I see quite a few anatomical things with it. But I think it's just the way that they end up drawing them. Anyway, yeah, I see some anatomical things that don't quite line up with my familiarity with the volley. I know that a volley apparently have had like a couple of anatomy updates since I was like last really paying attention. So I don't fully know what's going on with them. Yep, Friday will be the fundraiser stream. Friday at noon Central Time. So 2 hours after my stream start times this week. So if it's like normally 10 a.m. for you, it'd be noon. Because that's what it is for me. And yeah, I've seen that Avali normally have like really jagged, broketed teeths, or at least jagged and like they're not even, right? They're not even teeth, so they still match up with the other side. So I don't know if that's a thing on like all of Avali or not. Look at this innocent being. They've done nothing wrong. Yeah, I think that's the vibe we'll go for. Let's go for like a this creature is innocent of these crimes type of thing. Gotta lower this face a little bit. Yeah, and I was gonna post up the like fundraiser info on Furfinity before I went live today, but FA was down. Might still be. Okay, and we hit the magic button that flips it around so I can see all these little errors. Like how so much of this is slanted to one side. Howdy! Hope you be well. Oh my god, it's a dog. Did I say dog? I mean elephant. They're similar enough. Just got back from work? Hey, welcome back from work. Be sure you give yourself some time to rest. I hope work went well for you. Big ol' eyes. We're gonna kind of trim this like right here. I kind of want this to be like square. Let's move these ears up just a little bit so I can fit all this. Howdy. How's Bunby right now? And scale rotate. Warm, like it is warm outside, ergo warm inside, or under a blanket and cozy warm, because there's two very different warms here. Like a comfortable warm or an uncomfortable warm. Yeah, let's make it look a little bit more at us. Warm weather, okay. To check. Yeah, this is definitely going to be like that gouache digital painting. Been liking it. All right, we do have to change the size of this a little bit because right now it is kind of freaking small. Yeah, okay, this is gonna end up working. Let's block out this just main body. Guess we'll block out all the colors actually. Oh, Copper left. Yes, yep, there was still Copper. Yay! So yeah, I have 7 attacks if I want to revenge everything. Okay, is it like, you know, people who had revenged me for stuff that I had done last year, is it in poor taste to still like attack them back, or is it like, okay, you got me? And it's not like I really, you know, need to save attacks or whatever, because I can get through all of it that I have currently. I want to end this event with like up by 5 or something. Oh yeah, side note, I got the achievement yesterday for 100 attacks. Turns out that first piece that I had made yesterday was my 100th attack on Artfight. Hooray! I mean, I've been doing it for like 6 years, so... Yay! Oh, I'm happy with the achievement. So now I'm up to like 102 attacks on Artfight. Hooray! What are we doing for 6 years? Hold on. How many? I made my account on July 2017, but my first one that I labeled was coffee. No, this is my 7th year. This is my 7th year of doing Artfight. I have 7 badges on my page. I mean, so it took this long. I kind of want to do the eyes later. Let's kind of block out what we're doing for the body and such. All right. Oh, that weird. There we go. So I kind of want to have like backlighting. Which means I'm gonna need the shadows first. Just kind of drape the whole face in shadow, I suppose. Should have put that hair in later, but oh well. See, this is just me mixing these 2 colors together, and I kind of feel like I want to blur these a little bit more. Is this just like too purple? Like, it wasn't really darkened, it was just purple. This is just kind of a blur color between the 2. Dramatic backlighting. I don't want to spend an hour on this one. I'll spend 3 hours on it. And oh, it really doesn't look like they're shaded from behind right now. It looks like their face is just purple. Go with even darker tones right here. I guess it doesn't help that I haven't colored in this at all. I'm trying to remember where my one is. Yep, that is the right angle that I'm looking for. I want to slightly raise over here, but I do want this to look like they kind of have a little bit of a lean to the side. We then pull this color in here. Can blur this a little bit better on the sides here because this face does angle upwards and forwards slightly. Blur this together a bit better. All right, and now we can add in this backlight. I'm kind of liking, kind of taking a bit of inspiration from the previous piece we did with like all the neon. I think I'm going to be doing something not the same as that. I do want like, you know, the neon backlight, but I think it'd be kind of neat to tie into their eye color with this backlight. And this will pretty much cover up all of the pink the character had, I just noticed. So I'll put this to the side so I have that for later if I accidentally lose the color, because when you're doing painting, it's kind of hard to get the exact color back. I guess you don't need the exact color back all the time. But, oh well. Okay, now let's give this a bit of this fluff. And we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. Pull this in a little bit more. Let this hit the top of the ears slightly. And let's kind of bring in some of this original pink tone of the body. Give us some ear, some fluff here. Fluffy ear. Get it? Ear. But it's fluff here. Anyways. Let's actually lock this layer and then bring this blue all the way to the edge. That way I don't have to like do this meticulous cleanup everywhere. Still haven't done the hair at all, so that's why I'm not really messing with it here. See, right now this looks kind of horrifying. I assure you, it'll be a cute little volley soon enough. I hope. Go a little bit darker. It feels like it shifts too drastically out of the right color range. So let's actually just redo this. Because this doesn't really get darker so much as it just gets pink. See, like that's, I feel like that's more appropriate. But we do want it to be getting, you know, pinker, because that's where the color values of everything are leaning towards. But see, that's just getting like more pale. And that is too pink. Yeah, kind of like that. Okay, it's always fun to me whenever my VODs channel gets a comment. Oh, what was this one? Shiny Timber. Oh my gosh. Wait, what was it? I got a comment on the VODs channel on one of the Artfight VODs, basically being like, oh, this is a really good idea. And it's something of like, you know, I'd subscribe if YouTube wasn't acting weird, which YouTube's always acting weird, so that's no surprise at all. Plus, I honestly don't expect you all to subscribe to the VODs channel. It's there more so for my own archival purposes, honestly. But I didn't really comment on it because I didn't know what on earth they meant by it's a really good idea. It's like if it's Artfight is a really good idea, then well, it's not mine. It's not mine. But if it was something I said in the stream, it's like, it's a 4-hour long stream. No idea, they didn't timestamp it. So I was like, I'm not going to reply to this, but okay. Like I said, it's just always casually interesting to me to see comments on the VODs channel. For anyone listening to this in the background or just actively trying to see how I do things, I don't know, comment, say your favorite pizza topping. And timestamp it, because, you know, be nice when I'm going back through stuff. So I don't remember what I'm saying 10 minutes after I'm done with saying it. Not, saying nothing against, you know, a few days later when I upload it to the YouTube channel. A little bit of boo on the nose, just to help pull that out a little bit more. Nice thing with neon is you don't have to give like a smooth gradient out of it. I'm kind of doing so over here just because I do want the original character color to come through. But you can just have neon kind of plastered right on top of the prior color, like the prior shading and such, and it actually won't strictly be awful. Lighten this up just a little bit on this here edge. Kind of cleaning up some of the more harsh edges that I have around here. Harsh edges are definitely a nice thing to have for digital paintings because they're kind of the only way you can really show contrast. But if they're kind of in odd spots that don't make any sense, then they really kind of interrupt more than they, like, interrupt and distract more than they help. Pulling this back. Howdy, Mask. Hope you be well. So I just realized that's what I was gonna make my stream title was like I was like, I knew I had an idea. Hold on. There we go. Celebrating 100 artfight attacks with more revenges. That's what the title should have been. Retired 47 miles and 15 minutes of wait. Oh my gosh. Sure, it's gonna be howdy, Mask. No, I was totally a separate thing that I was that I remembered. Hi. Yeah. God, imagine if the stream title just automatically updated to, it's like, well, hello, last person who joined the stream. Like, most recent person who joined the stream. Talk about calling out lurkers. They're in the title now. There is no safety from this stream. Okay, they got Black Scalera. Ooh, irises. And it should be a different color than the blue highlight. It's just it's just like, you know, a nice continuation color type of deal. Going with color theming. Gotta blur this a little bit better so it doesn't look so much like I'm course correcting a bunch of stuffs. I guess I still have to do kind of the eyelashes and such, so I probably have an out for that later. But yeah, Mask, rest up. You did a lot of work there. Proud of you. Eating brunch at the moment. I'm gonna try and get a walk in afterwards. The previous statement still applies. Don't push too hard if you are completely out of it. But enjoy your meal, and I hope you get a good walk in nonetheless. Okay, fill in this whole shape. Just innocent face. Right now we can try to get some of the shading stuffs in. Because this is very important. In fact, we want the eyes to be really quite vibrant. So we have to have a good bit of effort put into them. Of course, we're kind of shading it from the outside in for the most part. So we add a couple of different layers of color. Ooh, food. Yeah, maybe, bun. Maybe you should eat, huh? Get some nums. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Now let's add in a bit of highlights. Like in the cyan against the light blue. Horse is a turquoise. Just add in a little bit over here just to get us some other color variation, because we do want these eyes to really pop. See how it looks to open now. We're there. Liking it, liking it. Now we do want to put just a little bit of a lighter tone on the pupil. The pupil pops, yeah, the pupil pops out. Kind of. I'm not gonna get into the weeds of that right now. But I like shading it like this, so we're doing so. Besides, it's subtle. Oh yeah, y'all remember that like black hole inspired character that I did the like digital painting with pixel art on? Yeah, that's now that character's like portrait on Artfight. Like their little thumbnail for the character is that art. And when they uploaded it, they even like did the full thing and actually gave the artist credit for it. So it's like, you know, at the underneath it's art by Zazar full view. Yeah. It's like, I want this piece to be the first thing people see of this character. It's like, that is, in fact, the highest honor. All right, so we want... Let's go with like a dark blue for these, just so they pop out against the eyes and such. Hopefully you pop out against the eyes. Wow, that actually pops out a lot more than I wanted it to. Hold on. Alright, I need to shift up what colors I'm using. Yeah, like setting one of my arts as a profile picture or as like, you know, something like that where it's like the thumbnail of the character. Just highest honors. For me anyways. I'm very happy for that too, because I'm very happy with how that piece turned out. So after this art fight, I might have to actually update my portfolio site. Just include a handful of new arts, because there's some arts on the portfolio site that are like quite a few years old. Not that that's a bad thing, but I feel like I have quite a few much better examples of what I'm capable of. And Artfight has helped with that. Here we go. Very dark eyes. I've had something similar happen with the character's Toy House profile a few times, but I think it's way cooler on Artfight because you can convince you'll draw your characters. Yep. It's like, if you're using the random character button, you don't see the little thumbnail, but if you're doing the search, you do see it. And if you're doing the search function, then you're looking for something in particular, and there's a wide amount of stuff that will show up. So you want to like stand out, pop, and be representative of the character. So that's something that they feel represents the character very well and is attention grabbing enough. So it's like just, yeah, having it as a thumbnail on Artfight. Hells yeah. Casual reminder for folks as well. Yeah, set your character thumbnails and tag your stuff. Chatting with the artist that we rated yesterday. Like, the search function on Artfight, a lot of people think it just doesn't work. But that's because a lot of people don't know to tag their characters. Like, you got 10 tags to work with, and I highly suggest you try to find a way to justify all 10. Even if it's just like your name is one of them, just so people are on Artfight and they just like look up they're in the wrong search thing and they look up, it's like, oh, Zazar. They go, oh, here's a bunch of Zazar characters. It's like, if you can't think of anything to do to fill in the 10, then fill in stuff you think people might end up searching, like, for you. Just to fill in that gap. But yeah, do the 10. I need to actually finalize some of mine. I don't have 10 on all of mine. I'm a hypocrite. Do as I say, not as I do. I wonder if that's why Valorine gets a lot of arts. Because she's in a lot of, like, what was it? She has a lot of search terms that I feel like people are probably searching up. Just completely independent of each other. So she ends up showing up in a lot of people's search lists. That or it's just Mombod Snake. I mean, they don't really have to come up with a crazy reason as to why she's getting more attention than others. Oh yeah, something that the artist we raided yesterday did. Oh god, what is it? Like, cat says meow or something, or I say meow. So, oh god, I can't remember the exact name. Something that they do on their artfight page that I really like. Actually, oh wait, I can find their name because they followed me, so I can just check my recent follows. Hold on, It That Meowed is their name. But you know, something that they do that I really like. They have a date on their profile, and it's like, after this day, I'm not going to prioritize revenges anymore. So it's like, if you attack them in the early stages of Artfight, then you might get revenged. But after that point, it's less and less likely because they're working on just like other people's characters and such. And I really like that idea. Not because, oh man, I have so many revenges that I want to do, or so many revenges I have to do, I want to not have to do them. But because it gives a lot more of a focus on, you know, the art development side of things, because you're finding a bunch of characters to get to draw and practice with. Because you're out finding stuff. And of course, if someone attacks you and you find a character from them you really like, then, you know, it doesn't say there won't be any revenges. But I just really appreciated that they have a set time where it's like, after this point, it's me time. Yeah, what was that date that they have it? Oh, they want to be called Lep. Noted. Howdy, Jin. Can't wait for rental tops. We're just gonna go topless. I hate warm. Just pasties. Yeah, they say like, I guess it wasn't like a set time or set day. They just have an update on their page that says, hey, like, update 7:15. I'm gonna be focusing on other things. I'm gonna be focusing on just attacks. So it's not even like they set the date ahead of time. It's like, all right, nope, not doing too many now. I know it's not the same, but so you're in your home. You can go topless. Who cares? Besides, you don't want the windows open anyways. It's warm. The flies won't like it. Yeah, the flies won't like topless bun. Not the same. I know, I know. I'm just trying to offer things that might help. Ow! Okay, you fucking take. Yeah, Bun's lamenting about the heat and what she can't do. Yeah, the tape still hasn't arrived. What the fuck? Goes eye doc. You guys again. Hey! You'll get to see again! Okay, so we want this color to kind of fade into one of these darker tones. Which then fades back into this more interesting color. Bring back some of this OG body color. It's like my brain says it's a pink, but it's actually like a peach color. I get to see in HD. Such a cute way drawing snoots. Drawing snouts from the front is not that easy, and I kind of play it by ear every single time. I do not have a method to it at all. So, yeah, totally meant to make it just this cute. Blend this back a little bit more. We just kind of wanted to pull the face out just a little bit. All right, now we need some darker tones in here because this is absolutely still a little bit too bright. It's a little bit too dark. We don't want this to like completely encompass this. We just want this to pull some shadows back in. Because it wasn't really following like the angle of the face coming back down. It kind of just looked like it stopped suddenly like about between the ears. Or just thereabouts. Okay, and now we can add in this edge highlight. Because this is supposed to be like a mohawk going back down the head, so we're making sure that the edge highlight is showing that there is elements behind here that are getting hit a little bit stronger. If you want hair, hot artist tip. If you want hair to really look like hair and you're doing something with like, more precise shading, just put in a couple of random freaking strands that don't really line up with the overall like shading locations. Because hair is weird. Hair just kind of goes freaking everywhere. So just adding in a few of these, even just like a light, the light lines that go straight down or whatever. That just ends up going so far and making it feel like hair. Doesn't quite work for fluff because people tend to use fluff for, like, they want to do bigger things for fluff, but if you're doing a very, very detailed piece, then yeah, that'll work for fluff too. Here's a tip for hot artists. Only artists that are currently overheating. If you're a cool artist, get the fuck out. Privileged bitch. Thank you. All right, they have these gold shoulder pads. And let's have this arm kind of a little bit visible, because again, we do want this character to have a little bit of a lean to them. My watch buzzed me. Okay. It was someone liking the Blue Skies post. This is a way to just show a little bit of the kind of feathery texture Volley have. Often it's just easier to draw it as like fluff. Better think of it as that anyways. All right. So we got to darken up behind here because underneath here is naturally in shadow. And it'll let us kind of push the shadow, like push the, like this attention away because it's, in shadow. We tend to not pay as much attention, or at least put less of a focus on it as we're looking at a piece. And we want more of the focus up here towards the face and the eyes, which is why I am not shading the eyes beyond what you see here. I'm going to be doing the highlights on them because I want the eyes to be shiny, but we're not going to be putting any shadows on the eyes. Congrats on your... Oh, you got a data. Or Papa? I think it is Papa, what they said in that movie. I literally, it was what a girl called an Entei for the entire movie, and I know people who genuinely thought its name was Entei for quite a few years after that. Like, people say, oh, it was Entei, and then a character would refer to them by this name strictly. Because it was basically, it had adopted her. Or she thought, I think she thought her dad got turned into it. Something like that. I don't remember it. Fuck. The Unknown movie was weird. It's had some bizarre themings. A little bit too red there. Okay, we just want like a little bit of this like red undertone. Layer lock so I can just get the edge of this thing completely colored. Now the rest of this should be a little bit easier. So I just realized I thought that the Entei thing was data at first, because that's the other time a Pokemon had adopted a child and basically raised them, at least for a time, and got a nickname. That's happened twice now. Something something Nichols. You're true. Data's rude. Yep. Which, when I saw it, like when I saw it for the first time, like saw it written out, I thought that they misspelled data, D-A-T-A. But no, the character just calls them, you know, data. Data's a rude. Yeah, and that was an event Pokemon, so you could get this kid's parent. It's like, yeah, I caught this kid's dad. Why is this one dude who went around Pokemon Showdown with just a Zarude on his team? And you'd send it out. It would use Sandstorm. And then wait for the other person to realize it was Zarude Sandstorm. And then he would forfeit the game after they realized it. He just went around and just did this for like a joke. Nickel, for every time a Pokemon adopted a human to give a fatherly parental nickname, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't much. God, do I have to actually say something? A platypus? If I had a nickel for every time a Pokemon has adopted a human and given a fatherly parental nickname, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't much, but it's weird that it's happened twice. Perry is just looking over like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? That's why the platypus command exists. Or redeem. Did I just like miss it? I realize I don't know what my audio settings are right now, so I don't know how well I can hear the other monitor or the computer. Because I have to adjust a bunch of submedia sliders. Not submedia for that, but like submedia for my, what was it, for my audio mixer. Okay, did play. Sweet. It's like every time there's any type of redeem, I'm like, I don't even know if it's real or not, man. What's a redeem? What's a command? What's any animations? I don't do animations here. Ignore the animations I did the other day. I should... I accidentally hit my save button, but I might as well actually just save this. Whoops. Didn't want to move this over this monitor. And what is it here? Oh my gosh. It's a very long username. It's someone that I know of as well. It's Presumptuous Spacemans. It's like... it's a long name. Tough to write out. All right, it's saving right now. Okay, sweet. The downside with having this tour box is that when I do need to use the keyboard, I really have to lean into the keyboard. Thank you for the pets. It's like I have to memorize some of these. All right, so we want kind of warm tones for this background. And then we put, because that makes this character suddenly feel a lot more pink. Then we can put this like blue highlight back here. And let's set this to an add glow and see how that looks. Well, it does make the character kind of not look like it's hit by this light, unfortunately. That's a little bit better. Now we do a add glow layer on top, layer lock it, and now I can go over some of these with this. Why is this? Oh no, it's just going to be a lot more noticeable on the not blue parts, isn't it? Yeah, that is making the blue lighter too, but it's just barely visible. Okay, let's make this just brighter then. See, that's just gonna end up going just straight to white. It's like, yeah, cool, it gives it a bit more of a glow, but I mean, is it really making it glowier, or is it just making it white? Hmm. It's like, let's experiment around with a couple of colors. Nope. Nope. What if I just put a really dark tone on it? Okay, it gets us a little bit of a cast light vibe, which I think might end up working out pretty well for us. Okay, well, maybe not that color cast light. Still doing some experiments with this setup. Okay, alternate idea. We literally copy the layer. We set it as an add glow. Irradiated creature. Why am I so tempted to just, like, change out the background for something blindingly bright now? It looks like the light is shining through their entire being. Like, I kind of don't hate that. I'm not even joking. I kind of don't hate this. Alright. Let's kind of erase away what I was planning on doing. Okay, I think this actually does have a chance, but we're going to do this a little bit differently. Oh, they hate the bright goop. Oh no, the bright goop. Howdy. I'm currently getting weird with this. That's what you stepped into. The best stages of me experimenting. And this is a clipping layers, or clipping mask, so what I can do is I can just redraw in all of these bright layers as I need to. Out of body experience, then I undid it. Okay. Because I hit the wrong button in combination, so it just did them one after the other. My only real hesitation with this right now is that the blue is getting paired with white, so the blue is now looking darker than the actual highlight spot. Fish push! Congrats on your victory. Yeah, this kind of only works when it's certain spots get hit with it. Hmm. Yep. This is doing that like that. Just go over key spots. Catch that, Darmanitan. Zero, fuck. I wasn't nearly right with that one. Not hating it. Do have to add in the like some type of effect into the eyes. Hot tip. If you want the eyes to feel really like round and vibrant and friendly, give it a very large shape, generally a square, but you kind of bend it to match the shape of the eye a little bit. If you want to get creative, then imagine something in their space that's reflecting in their eye. And then you just kind of erase away shapes out of it. So like I want to pull this over more. So I do that and I kind of leave this a little bit of a gradient on the side. And this one, I don't know, let's kind of cut the corner off of it. And a little bit too much removed right there. Give this a little bit of a roundness right there. Then it just ends up looking a lot more lively. Then you just do vaguely similar shapes on the other side. Do they have to match? Absolutely not. You can just assume that there's something else over there that's hitting their eyes. Don't like that gradient up there. Let's just replace that with a more direct line instead. Of course, this is a very, like, not super visible shadow or highlight compared to the rest of it. It's like, what the fuck? Let's actually add in a little bit more into the black here. Because I am kind of doing this highlighting with blue on blue, so of course it's not going to show up too awfully well. It feels a little bit too bug-eyed right now. I guess I zoomed out, it's totally fine actually. And now we do a little bit of highlight. We kind of just vaguely match somewhat the shape that we put in here. Don't even have to do that. Like I can just hit this with like a couple of little squares. Bridge of drawing highlights. Don't. Just have the character soullessly stare at you. Yeah. Great tip for artists. Just don't. And I'm making it more complicated than it has to be because I'm a perfectionist. But it is a good way of just adding a little bit of life to a headshot. Don't be an artist. Posture will improve. I can't say you're wrong. Well, I have a standing desk actually, so my posture is fantastic, totally. Give a little bit of stuffs on the eyelashes. Ew. Aw, look at that. We got a banned bot. We got a bots ban. I didn't put bot name. I know, right? Like, kind of curious they would do that, but all right, we'll take it. He's bot be gone, but only like bad bot be gone. This took more than 1 hour to make. I'm a little upsetty that I did that again. All right, this next one, I believe I actually grabbed a character from them to draw. Go to my bookmarks. Yes, I did. Honeydew. And on their character page, they mentioned that a lot of people draw them with a long tail. So I went and I checked their the other attacks, and yeah, almost everyone drew them with the tail that's like this long or so. It's like 2 or 3 times the length of their actual tail. So yeah, I just want to do like a little whale tail. What? Don't know the timing on that one, but that's still a very freaking funny redeem. Okay, I think I made their head a little bit too big here. I'm starting to memorize some of the shortcuts I have on this thing. I respect character's tail length. Exactly. I feel into massive every time they draw the character. I know, right? Who would ever do that? Yeah, didn't I draw your tail like bigger every single time? It wasn't even intentional. Yeah, fine. Everyone else says that. Okay, sweet. I know that I made it big at least a couple of times. Like it's happened. But good to know. I've not done it too egregiously to warrant issues. The only thing that I have of myself, and there's a gigantic tentacle coming out of the ground next to you. Oh no. And here I am with a character that has a tail, it's big. Oh, where if you have a character with a tail, it's big. That's fair. As far as you've ever gotten as a character, but it's inaccurate. I know quite a few people who actually have had that happen. Where it's like this beautiful, beautiful piece of art. But that's missing. or, you know, they didn't do this very important element of them correctly. I'm just drawing them faceless right now because I'm just trying to get these ears right. There we go. I have a friend where the character has a hat and instead of horns. I think ours only drew single horn sticking out the middle. That's a very bizarre issue. What the hell? I once got commissioned to make a reference for someone, and the arts that they sent over, like, you know, here's character arts. They had, like, you know, right, they had like a body like this. They had a stripe right here, but that wasn't on any of the other images. It was a very dark stripe right here, and I had to reach out to them and be like, hey, what's going on with this? And ultimately that stripe got added into the character. That got put onto the character ref. I then noticed that they had a patterning like this, so like all this was a color, and then they had this part was in shadow from the head, and that was not very clear on the image here, to the point of I thought it was stripes. I didn't realize that it was just a darker version of this color. So anyways, the character ended up with stripes. It's like, I have had a few times where I have ended up changing a character. That time, I got to at least talk with them to figure out what was going on. And we ultimately decided, because they couldn't figure out either, ultimately we decided on just adding stripes in because it seemed neat. But yeah, that was fun to realize after the fact. You know, I have actually done those type of things where it's like I misunderstood something in a ref, but since I'm a character designer, I tend to add it. If I see something that, you know, should be added, or at least I think it should be added, I add it in. And very oftentimes that tree ends up getting just added to the character. It's like, oh yeah, I liked it, so I kept it. It's like, okay, well, I'm covered this time. I don't have to redo a ref. Can I please do the right color? That color being transparency, so I can erase that. All right, we can make that work. And how big is this? Oh, resized it wrong. Oh yeah, that's plenty sized. It's got all the size. Look at that size. It's a big ref. Let's actually do like very thick and personable lines. It is in fact a size. Alright, we're actually going to do the eyes entirely with color. And move this part. Because I wanted it to be a little bit rounder, and we're going to have a little bit of fluff that kind of just goes a little bit down the back. Yeah, we gotta respect the fluff butt tails. No, we can just do it like this. Large and personable lines. Do we need other fluff on them? This is feeling alright. Alright, and... See, this one's coming together a lot faster. I guess I'm more paying attention to their tail rather than, like, a whole lot of aspects of the character. By cute. And just now I thought of a more dynamic pose I could do, but kind of don't want to be here forever just changing this entirely, so I'm not going to do that right now. Put this leaf in the ear, in the hair. And we are going to do colored line work for this too, because it's just a nice little touch. Like, I'm not planning on shading this. So we need to do, I want to do something. Can't say need. I want to do something to make it a little bit, I don't know, more interesting. So we're doing colored line work. Your attack started yesterday? Yes. Get some of that there art done. And you already have it started, so it'll be easier for you to continue it on. Okay, so they have an indent right around here. So it's kind of 3 general shapes. This top one is smaller. Middle one is bigger, and bottom one does like that. Done with yesterday's attack too? Ooh! Fuck yeah, more art fight attacks. Y'all. Art fight workday. Come get your excuse to work on your art fight attacks. Well, I have a twitch.tv/Lazar. Did this backwards. We want lighter tone on the bottom first, then the ring, then lighter tone above. We're watching this right now? Yes! Also, there's a bird on screen. The heck? Bird up. It is in fact a bird up. Two attacks a day, so far I'm barely keeping up with one a day. Honestly, one a day is a lot still. Like, I hope you are not feeling bad for not keeping up with the goal that you had set. Being able to even consistently make one a day is still quite the freaking achievement. I think I'm averaging one a day? Wait, how many attacks have I done? How many attacks have I done? Please tell me I'm at least right on this one. Now I'm curious. No, statistics. I've done 13, 14, 15. Oh my god. So yeah, I'm not even keeping up with one a day on average, let alone like actually drawing once a day. So yeah. Yeah, my art fight goal was to eyes over here. My art fight goal was to try out different styles, experiment, and learn some new stuffs. Which I feel like I'm doing pretty well. Given the fact that I learned an entire new digital painting style. Did thin line art for the first time in ages. Yeah. You're making more attacks after this mass attack? That mass attack looks like a lot of work, and that is totally fair. It's like, you're putting a lot of work into that. Alright, now let's color in some line work. Colored line work done. No. Yeah, like, genuinely, you probably should take, at the very least, take a break after you're done with that mass attack. And if you don't do anything else for the event, completely fair and valid. Yep. Yeah, what was the theming for it? I don't know if I caught you, if I caught what the theme, like, gosh, how'd you get the characters? Was there any theming to getting them figured out? It's still wild to me to do a 55 character attack. It's like, I think the highest ever done is 2 in a single art fight attack. Other people can search through my art fights and see if I've done anything else, but I genuinely feel like 2 was my max. Drawing all the melusines I could find art fight species from Genshin Impact. Commendable. Commendable. What's funny is that if you end up making that and posting it, and obviously linking all the characters in it, you will then call together every single person on Artfight who has that species, or at least who tagged their stuff appropriately, to include that in the tag. Undoubtedly, there's going to be some who are on Artfight and did not tag their stuff, so you had no way of knowing. Anyways, casual reminder for everyone, tag your stuffs on artfight. Localized and Fontaine, got it. Okay. Zone is 3. Unshaded, chibi, lower detail, 2/3, or only half bodies. Yeah, like 55. Like, I don't even care if it turns out like just all sketches and headshots of them all. That's still a lot, and I know that's not even what you're doing for it. Like, I don't think you're doing full on like full bodies or anything. It's like a set of chibis, am I correct? There's been a lot of posts in the artfight channel or in the art channel for the artfight stuff, so it's really hard to keep up with everyone. So I'm terribly sorry. I've just been doing headshots, and that's fine. You're still doing art. It like, well, like you're still doing art for artfight. That is the most I or anyone else should really ask for. It's like, you know, doing the mass attacks is like commendable, but not everyone has to. Doing what I'm doing and trying different styles and experimenting almost every single time, commendable, doesn't have to. Artfight, honestly, just as an excuse to get back into drawing and giving you an excuse to just get into the habit of drawing is plenty. It's awesome. Chibis and headshots. Yep. Yeah, I would be completely shocked if you were able to pull off a 55 character art fight attack where they were, I guess, anything more than GBs. Like, I know I wouldn't be able to. I can't think of anyone who would be able to, unless that's literally the only thing they worked on all month. And I do mean literally. It's like, just, oh yeah, wake up, sweet, let's work on the 55 character art fight attack. Oh, time to go to sleep. I'll work on more of the art fight attack tomorrow. I don't even know if I'm gonna have 55 characters drawn. I can't even imagine doing that many even for chibis. Anyway, so I'm just gushing because that's a lot. Congrats. So, casual thing I have to complain about, and by casual I mean very, 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 very fucking annoying. This is my inking tool. This is what I do majority of my actual line work with, right? This is the tool. I literally have titled the tool main. That is how important it is that this tool acts correctly. It is my line art tool. It is my workhorse tool. Notice how it has this weird like not filled in thing. It's like half opaque. Like, you noticing that? That's because for some arbitrary fucking reason, it's changing its like brush density and opacity. And I don't know why. I don't know why it does it. Like, save all settings as default. Second time I'm doing this. I adjusted it back, and a second time I'm setting it all settings to default. And hopefully when I load up the program again next time, it doesn't do this. See, now it's all filled in. There is no like half transparent thing. Yeah, Clip Studio has really been acting weird. It's only for these specific things. But like, that's egregious. That's really egregious to have happen. It's like, imagine your carefully made tools just suddenly don't do that anymore. Imagine if a texture brush they just don't have that texture applied anymore. Oh, your tablet, like, you know, your pen settings? No, we just flatlined it. You're just drawing straight lines now. It's like, not good. And like, thankfully, with the opacity thing, it's subtle enough that it's not noticeable in a lot of cases. But also it's subtle enough that I don't notice it until I'm done with the freaking piece. Yeah, but I can't use Krita. Krita doesn't act the way I like. And this is a reminder why people should always experiment with art programs. Find one that fits you. How about you don't use Clip? Like, I genuinely do love Clip Studio. Like, me having these gripes is like me pointing out like one issue I have with like a 5-course meal that I love. But if that one issue I have with the 5-course meal is like, yeah, occasionally we'll charge you triple. It's like, okay, why? It's so much fun. But like, I can't get any other programs to act the way that I need it to act in order for me to work. So I mean, fair. 5-course meals income as well. Thankfully, no one is buying art from me for the for the oh my gosh, for the line work. Like if that issue was enough for my art to not work anymore as art, then I would have very big issues with my art. And it hasn't happened for any other tool that I have. Might be a keybind thing. Sometimes I plugged in my tablet or tabbed out, keybind got reverted for a second, and I reclicked one preference thing. I wonder if there's a setting on the toolbox that adjusts opacity. That's actually a valid point, because I now have a whole slew of buttons here that had a bunch of presets in it. And I went through and I meticulously changed it to play how I wanted to, but I did not clear the presets. So there might actually be a preset on this thing for that. Now you're making me wonder. I'm looking at my toolbox. Actually, let's look at this together. Make this a little bit bigger so y'all can see it a little easier. Here's my toolbox. Hold on. You should always plug in tablet controllers for whatever program you need them for. Or have a desktop where everything's plugged in automatically anyways whenever you turn it on. The Clip Studio is good for comics, so I've been tempted, but I haven't tried it yet. Funnily enough, I don't use it for comics at all. I have a desire to make a comic, and it has oh yeah, no. Tourbox. Yep, it is in fact called a Tourbox. I don't know why the first version wasn't exactly portable. But anyways. But yeah, it's really weird that they label it as a comic program when the the types tool isn't as comprehensive as other programs. I think Krita actually is a much stronger typeset tool. So it's like I'm missing a lot of features, like having it follow along curves, or oh my gosh, being able to adjust I think you can set, I think they recently added it so you can set the box and everything to type inside that box. It's like it's just oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. My watch buzzed me. Okay. But yeah, it is good for what is it? For long form comics, when you want to have a set stylization of stuffs and you're careful about things being in their cells, because then it has a bunch of tools that lets you cut up a page into all the different cells independently, and it lets you be very freeform and easy with organizing what it is and then changing it after the fact. But like, I haven't had any use for those. Anyways, so show combinations. Oh my god, reduce brush opacity, increase brush opacity is right here. If I hold down this button and hit the wheel, which is very easy to do. My thumb is resting on this button almost at all times. And then this thing is a big wheel right above it. Yep, okay. We're eliminating brush opacity and brush density. Oh, there's actually a setting to switch between subtools. That's neat, removing it. Thank you, bun! Yeah, so it's not an issue with Clip Studio. It's an issue with this device I got to make my life easier and I didn't clear all the presets. God damn it. Well, that was easy. Yep, that does nothing now. Hooray! There's a thumbstick turning volume down, helping out. Yep. Absolutely. All right, let me pull up my bookmarks and save this. Ah. Whenever I need to use a keyboard. Media hint about. Wait a second. Turning the volume down. Oh, yeah. God, I totally forgot about that freaking game stream. Okay, yeah, what was it? It takes two. Alright, I need to look at my next attacks. Okay, I don't think I've actually looked at this person's characters at all yet. I don't think I can actually draw any of their characters. Actually, no, not because all humans. I would actually attempt it. They're all Dreamkeeper fan characters. And I kind of don't do anything Dreamkeepers. So, yep. Yes, I'm not doing that. All right, pulling up other set of stuffs. Dreamkeepers. Oh yeah, it's you don't do comics. That's right. Dreamkeepers is a webcomic. And the like artist team, or at least head artist, I don't know the exact details, gonna be honest, but they're kind of, they don't seem like that great of people. Like recently they announced a art contest to make like fan art of their characters, and they opened it up for AI art and are like super supportive for AI art. And it's like, even though everyone's telling them what are you doing, they kind of just call people out on it instead of realizing what they're doing. Stuff like that. It's actually find artists absolutely just a style and they only draw humans. Yeah. What is this? What is this? Alright, we're drawing this character. Oop. Alright. And yeah, and like, not even hating on this artist that I tried to find, or that I went through their stuffs as well. Not this one that I'm pulling up right now, the previous person. I can't draw anything from them. Because if it's something that you may have grown up with or you used as a cornerstone of your art development, it's really hard to separate away from it. Like, there are still people who really, really love Dreamkeepers and a lot of stuffs with it. Because it's been around for so long. The person has actually like done a lot of help for various artists as stuffs are going, like as they were growing. But like they kind of, I don't think they really kept that up too well. Or they got a little bit too much stuff going to their head. So it's like, I don't even like dislike that person for having like only Dreamkeepers fan characters. I'm a little bit more concerned that they only have Dreamkeeper fan characters. They're tying a lot of their stuffs to one IP. Like, I didn't see anything on there that said otherwise. So I was like, balls. All right, try to balance between Anthro and human, but I really like humans. And I can't do humans! You know what? We're making this a digital painting, but we're doing, like, I don't know, maybe I'll set a 20-minute digital painting thing. Yeah, and I have actual training in not character design. That's not what I was trained in. Like, I have actual training in figure studies and anatomy and things like that. And I recently found a fucking face. I found a face I drew in college. This is like the last face that I drew. No. Oh my god. How can I easily put this onto the screen? Can I share this with myself so that I can grab this for my computer? Because I never had this on my computer. God, that is such a bizarre link format. Fun. I'm excited because it's like I'm face blind, so that's my excuse for why I can't draw humans. At the very least, it makes it a lot more challenging for me too. Because every time I look up at the person I'm drawing, it looks like a different freaking face. Like, it's borderline I need a photo in order to do anything. And this one was a live drawing. Please let me copy image. There it is. This took me 2 hours. Someone's found a face. The chocolate thinks it's sending rain has a bow and might rain. Nah, that'd be too much rain. Too much rain. This took me 2 hours. This is the last time I have drawn a human face that I actually liked. That was July 9th, 2015. And if I try to replicate it, I would not be able to. Like, even now I'm looking at it and I actually see a lot of flaws with it. OMG, can you draw me? No. I draw your Sona. Bun? Do you genuinely think you could sit still for 2 hours? The only, like, what amazed me about this art is not that, oh, you know, it's actually a human that I drew. No, it's that I opted to draw this. This was an after school, like, figure drawing session that I would go to fairly regularly because I really liked figure drawing. I really liked drawing people in various poses and, like, drawing out their hands and such. And I went in there and went, I'm going to draw her fucking face, I guess. Like, if I remember correctly, the pose is not that interesting. It's like, I think, hold on a second. She was sitting, whoop, like looking this way, kind of very neutral sitting with like one leg kind of up and the other leg a little bit lower and just like one arm on her leg. And I was like, that's just boring. So I just like, I guess I'm just drawing her fucking face. So yeah, that's the last time I've drawn a human that I liked. I have an old digital painting back when I didn't know how to digital paint even of a D&D tiefling character that I had. But I don't know where it went. Okay, I'm actually gonna get out my gradient maps now because I want one that works for this. Just draw a skull and boom! There's dead. It's the character, promise. So I need to draw your skull bun? Is that what you're saying? Okay, we're pulling up the timer. So let's say 20 minutes? Put 20 minutes on the clock. Let's begin. Y'all better keep me on track. Don't like distract me or anything. Finally finished the line on the attack you're doing. Hells yeah! Congrats! He's sucking on chili dogs now. Oh, I just realized it's been a minute since I've done like a rather anatomically correct skull.
What's a platypus doing?
What is a platypus doing here?
Zazar the platypus.
Oh, it's a Zazar platypus.
Rawr, rawr, rawr.
Absolute dork. Yeah, and by the way, if I really, really wanted to clear out my... Like, I complain that, like, I have so many attacks I have to revenge or whatever. If I really, really wanted to clear them out, I would just sit down for a stream and, like, knock out, like, 8 15-minute paintings or something. Maybe, like, set them to 20 minutes or something, or just experiment around a little bit with them, but, like, set a hard timer for each art piece. And then I would be very close to done. Edit. Rotate flip canvas. Rotate 90 degrees. Whoop. Can I please adjust this? We're gonna have to be a little bit more horizontal. Look at that, I'm experimenting. We're doing study stream. What do you think would constitute a study stream? Like, genuine question, what do you think would be in a study stream? Silent reading. I like that idea. Let's do that idea. Loading this up on the other screen. Seems to be from back in the days. Like side streams of mine? Side streams of yours? I don't recall. Like when I did study streams regularly. So he studies anatomy. Yeah. No, it's just Bun's like studying me, studying anatomy. Guess maybe I shouldn't have actually made the background too bright. Or too bright. Because really, it's just the character that is lit up. It's like years ago, we found clothes stream posts inside. Okay. That was a thing that happened. You're right. If you're drawing colors hand, you know, brushing bases, or even drawing a table. Yeah. That would actually be kind of fun to do as a stream. Now, here's an important question, though. Should that be a stream, or should that be a thing that's like announced and talked about on stream, but actually hosted in the Discord server where everyone else can like draw along? Or I guess it could be a thing where we stream it and then everyone is drawing along in the chat, and then we can share what we're working on. Studyception, just do two streams. Yeah, so here's the monthly art fight, or not monthly art fight, monthly archipelago, and here's the monthly art studies stream. Actually, what would be kind of fun is to do a monthly art studies stream in the server, or just not in the server and do it on Twitch, but like promote sharing your stuffs in the server, so that way everyone gets a chance to kind of see what everyone's up to. Oh, that actually sounds like fun. Weirdly enough, that is actually something I am nervous to do. And that's why, this really shows a lot about me, right? That's why I kind of want to do it more, is that I am nervous to do that. Because I'm so out of practice on my studies that a lot of those would look so fucking rough from me. Like, oh, I'm supposed to be someone who knows what they're doing, but look at my studies. But like the fact that I am nervous to do that because my art would look so rough out of it actually makes me want to do that more. I'm like, oh, cool. Nervous doing a thing. Well, I just want to do it now. Get out of the way. You went to the bookstore, walking saw anatomy books. I can buy one to use it. Oh, I do not need them. 100% do not need them. I have what's it? The Art of Figure Drawing, I think, or like, I don't know, just something by Andrew Loomis, which is basically like my fucking Bible for learning anatomy stuffs and learning figure drawing stuffs. So like, won't need them. Honestly, the big struggle for me doing like, you know, anatomy study streams is getting the poses, like finding a set of poses that works and saving them and having them available, because I would need to find ones that are totally cool to have on stream for Twitch TOS reasons, because a lot of the figures are nude, and that might be what we end up doing in the Discord if we do like Discord server ones, is nude figure drawings. They would be all completely safe for work or whatever. Or not safe for work. They wouldn't be anything like explicit going on. It's just, you learn a lot more drawing anatomy when they're nude. It's just an unfortunate fact. But yeah, I would need to find a set of things that are okay for Twitch and okay for the artists who took the photos and the models who are in the photos, that are okay with them to be on Twitch. Because at the end of the day, let's say you're selling a art pack of a bunch of a bunch of poses that you've made, that you've so lovingly made, and you took photos with such a complex, complex and expensive device. And then someone just streams all your work and just like they just screenshot it, and you're not making money off it anymore. So it's like there's quite a few that maybe aren't the biggest fan of that, or maybe they're totally cool with it, but I would have to look into it. Somehow Disney nude figure drawing. Genuinely, I could actually, if I get a set of photos, go through and edit them. That's something I'm confident I could actually edit them decently enough to where it might not be a problem. And not even like, oh, black bars. Like, try to like color match and such and make them actually Disney nude. Learn from YouTube. I can put together a pose library. Fun, if you can put together a pose library. Like, I would want to have all the files so that I can later on add to it or like adjust it or whatever. But no, I like this idea. We can schedule the first one while I'm visiting you, Bun. That'll give an excuse to stream. Okay, let's actually get the roughness of this in. Then I don't think I actually need this sketch anymore. It's a bit more cat skull-like than I would care for, but I made a limit of 20 minutes, so... Filling in this again. But yeah, Bun, that's your homework for today, is to get me a library of poses that I can use. I can go through and curate them later too, but if you can get me a library of poses that are totally cool with like sharing or using them for educational purposes amongst a group, then I can go through and curate it and find a bunch that would make for really good figure study stuffs. Yeah. Hey, you wanted it, Bun. You gotta put in the work too. I just realized I don't know how easy it'll be to do the archipelago stuffs while I'm away. Like, I really struggle to think if I can even how well I could even participate in anything. Like, I'm certain I can set one up, just so that the community can keep doing them. because, you know, not doing them for like, that would basically be like 3 months, because it'd be this month we're not doing one. Next month I'm going to be away for like all of August. And I think we'd be getting back kind of late. Yeah, I'd be getting back late the next month. So yeah, no. That'd be like basically 3 months without it. Everybody else that happens to be heading to another grad college, getting into a new apartment. Well, that's a pretty exciting freaking reason though. Like, rock on. I mean, moving sucks, but hopefully it's a bunch of good changes for you. Yeah, I probably won't be doing Archipelago next month either. So, you know. God, I won't be able to do... Oh, God, actually, that might throw a lot of problems because I would have to generate the games and such on Bun's computer, which you have to re-download Archipelago and also have to have all the ROMs. That, like, I know that you can generate a race on the site, but I don't actually know how easy that is. Like, I've never generated it on the site. I've just done, like, the final game stuffs, but I've always generated the whole, like, everyone's stuffs locally. Your apartment at 9 a.m. and nearly immediately have to find jobs, only have a month's worth of money to pay rent and such. Oh, fuck. Have you started applying already? Because you can try and get a head start on that. Yeah, that is rough. Okay. I generate games I didn't need ROMs. I mean, you generate it on the website, and I don't know what games can be generated on the website, because when I generate games, I need the ROMs because I generate it locally on my computer. It's like, alternatively, we could just have it so that we don't have Archipelago for a couple of months and like maybe try and pivot it into doing like, you know, community figure drawing or art studies or something. It's different than what a lot of people are kind of expecting, but like if I can't host or like do anything with it, you know, only so much can be done. You know, when it comes out and no one can play. Yep. That would suck. And it's no one can play because there's just no ROMs, or there's no games that anyone plays I can generate. It's like physically they can't play. And 16 got back to me and said no. We're trying to transfer the location grads. We'll see. Yep. I'm rooting for you. Rooting for you. That's rough. Anatomy's all off on this. Next time we got, oh, okay, a minute. Well, almost 2 minutes actually, but still basically a minute. Oof. So many little issues I see with this. So it's just like, well. Oh well. Can't fix all the little issues. Smooth out the face a little bit more, I suppose. With what time remains here. And there's the timer. I'm happy enough with this. Your chest here's light as a girl sleep next to you in the morning. It was purring up a storm. Yeah, while Mecca has been in the hospital, the cats have been so fucking needy. And it's funny because like they don't like actively let Mecca play with them or anything, but they still like want them to be here. A-S-I-V-E is this character's name. I do not know how to pronounce that. I know it says in the character description, but I just haven't looked. It said for a second there, and I just kind of blanked. Okay. Turning off the timer. I really don't want to do too many, like, time to digital paintings. Sippies? All right. What else is in my attacks list? Why do I have an 18th notification? Okay, it was a comment on one of the attacks I made. Okay, I thought I just got another freaking attack. I almost had a heart attack. Okay. I know what we're drawing. I don't know what we're doing with it yet, but I can't not. It's called the Buffin. It's a bunny muffin. It's a Buffin. Of course I'm drawing this! It's not buff. I'll make it buff, dang it. A species of bunny whose habitat is a muffin. Their fur manes look like frosting, providing great camouflage. There are multiple species of the buffin, a couple of which are the blueberry buffin, raspberry buffin, and the banana buffin. They're distinguished by the toppings on their heads and the colors of their fur manes. Frosting. It's a buffin. Here, I'm just gonna link this because this is just... You just have to see this. What are the other attacks that people have? There's only been 2 attacks on this? Oh no, they made the character on the 7th. Okay. Character is not that old. I'm gonna see what people have done here. Oh my god. Yep, nope. There's some fantabulous freaking arts of this. It's a buffin. Now, no one judge me on my horrible buffin drawing skills. Alright, so their natural camouflage, they live inside of muffins, and it's just... It's like, what, do I put like a muffin tin around them? That's what I'm going to do. Okay, big old floof all over the face. Made this a little bit too long. Oh, it's a Tyrant. That was our first shiny that we got on stream. Heard of Varasha? Yep. She just kind of woke up and right now she's grooming herself. She's probably going to go back to sleep soon. Need these to be more sideways. Bring the fluff up. Bring up the fluff. Perfect. I think I need to actually move that head down a bit, like it's buried in here a little bit more. Fuck yes. Fuck yes. Starting with the tail for some reason. Oh my god, the tail has a bite taken out of it. Hold up. Hold the fuck up. Who did this? Who did this? Who the fuck did this? Who bit the Buffin? You do not bite the Buffin. You made me have to redraw a part. Rude. Whoever bit the Buffin. We are drawing a Banui. Very cute Banui. Banui, is that a mix between a bunny and a nui noodle? It is now. Banui is now bun and noodle. I have decreed it. It is official. Yeah, let's make the ear tips a little bit rounder. And how am I going to color these in? You know what? Let's just do the entire outline with this, and then I can color adjust it later. Because we're doing this tool, we're using this whole thing, we're doing this whole art with just this one tool. Jeez, I can word. Okay, now we gotta clean up the edges, because, yep, I left a lot of really rough spots here. Basically along every edge. It's part of the process. Because I want to draw the Buffin. And I like drawing food, so... How much time do I have in stream? An hour and a half. So theoretically, if I spend only a half hour on this, then I'll have an hour to draw the next piece, and then I'll have 4 today. That's totally going to happen. These streams are really just an example of hubris. Yeah, it's called foreshadowing. Yeah, it is. Just kind of filling in all of this. Blocking in colors. It's also on the inside of the ears. And want it to be over here too. No, I don't think that quite lines up with how... Yeah, no, this ear is looking away. It's listening that way too. You should check artfight. Should I check artfight? Should I really check artfight? Oh, cool. 19 notifications? Yep. I love how this is only a thing because I injected myself into y'all's drama. A reference to last stream. Absolute jerk. Well, I have more shit I have to draw. It's very good. Hold on. Hey. Zay has no nostrils. Just saying. It's on the ref. You need to pay more attention to the refs. But no, it's very good. Teasing aside, thank you. Now I have more shit on the list. I mean, it's the most common thing that gets added to Zay. So I am not generally upset, but because it's you, I'm fucking furious. In 20 minutes? You were matching my time earlier? How dare you? And you did 2 freaking, like, chibi full bodies? What the fuck? Rude. Absolutely absurdly rude. How dare you? 20 minutes is my specialty. Ignore the fact it's normally 15 minutes. It's my specialty. You can't take that. Spin. Oh, you got some schmutz in your fluff. There we go, fixed it. Got it, attack again. And see what happens. I don't draw another piece. Alrighty, so now we have the basics of the Buffin. I'm not afraid of you. Is that a threat? How on earth am I doing this again? Oh no. I didn't think ahead on this Buffin. Oh no. My hubris. Yeah, big talk come from someone who can't put down an XD. It's a spider friend! Saying a fixed version without the nostril, then he ran himself with the glasses and forgot. Big talk from someone who can't put down like a nostril. I don't know what I'm doing at this point. You got Spider Friend! So what are people's guesses on if I can even finish like another piece after this today? Because I'm worried that I may not get to a 4th art piece today. Right now the goal is just to move around the piece, adding in the general details as we go, and then I eventually have a finished art of the Buffin. and this side up here is light facing. We're gonna add in little highlights later. Get rid of this. It's like stretching forwards, I think is the vibe I have here. Why do I have this like this? This implies I need to fill in this here, but I don't like that. So what we're going to do instead, honestly, this just not lining up with anything. Not do an actual attack, not a shit post on someone. Yeah, get back to your shit, and not shit posting shit. Just get back to your art. Stay away from me, monster, absolute fucking monster. Do you not see me struggling over here? I have video proof. You know, the previous stream that I did not start this. Bun started this. No shitpost Rage. Yeah, Rage isn't on artfight. Actually, I don't know if Rage is on. I don't think Rage is on artfight. Yeah, but Bun started it, so don't say I started it when I didn't start it. I didn't start shit. I just continued it for no real reason. There's a difference. One that makes me seem innocent of these crimes. And that's the important distance. Difference. Distance? Sure, distance. Important distance. Not Khajiit, if we're not innocent of these crimes. But what if I secretly was this whole damn time? Do you know, I just realized it'd be really fucking funny. Bun, like, drooling, staring at the Buffin. You're not secretly Khajiit, or Zay. Well, I do in fact have an incredibly unique person that I am, but that could be Khajiit. Don't oppress me. Don't oppress me. I can tell that it's getting later in the stream because I'm starting to lose my fucking mind. Lose my no, never. I know, right? It would never happen. Press me, bitch. He needs to lose some points. What? Go downstairs. Under tornado warning here. Like, valid. Please take care of yourself. You won't be missing too much. We have an hour left in stream. So you'd be missing the Buffin and whatever else I do after this. Totally gonna be doing more after this. What do you mean I need to lose some points, Bun? Should we see off or not? I mean, if you're not going to be using it, you might be away for a while. You might as well just turn it off. Plus, if there is any issues, the last thing you want is for a possible electrical surge. Like, even if there isn't like a tornado or tornado in your immediate vicinity, something that takes down power lines can cause possible problems. If you're not going to be there, might as well, right? Like, take care of yourself, dang it. Go, be safe. Thank you for stopping in. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for the art, you freaking monster. And I really do not know what I'm doing here. Like, at all. I am just making general shapes, and I'm like, I'll turn that into the fluff as I can. This wants to be very, like, loose, round fluff. And it's like, this is looking decent. Okay, and we want shadows. Name of the game is very bright, so we are making the shadows technically a higher saturation. It's a very similar hue or tone, I guess, to the body color, so we have to be mindful of this. We'll just make the leggy darker directly underneath there. Now we smooth this out so that it looks much nicer. And we can just add in like little spots of this where it makes some sense. See, now this tone is like the normal pink tone is actually just looking really dull. So I really just want to like fill it in with a lot of the much brighter coloration. Second. Zippies. All right. They do say on there you're free to change the colors, but like pale and pastel works best. I think what they're trying to say is that you can make it any flavor of Buffin that you want, but I'm not going to be able to easily change that, so I'm not going to do that right now. What's this? Okay. Let's add a... Guess we could do a highlight onto these light spots. Oh look, Stoutland? Whimsicott. Well, you know, if we need some fluff, it's a pretty good source for some fluff idea. You're gonna catch it so I can't see the fluff anymore? You jerk! No, my fluff! Took my fluff from me. And this poor Banui. The line there makes no sense. Technically the shape actually doesn't make any sense either, but we're rolling with it. There we go. Like 3 hours of the way done with this attack? Nice! Excited to see what you're making. Okay, and now I want like a bit of a highlighty color. That a little bit brighter. Nope. Oh yeah, we are just gonna have to make it this but brighter, aren't we? It's already at max saturation, so... Some of the rave-coded characters you've done. Interesting. Yeah, very interested to see what you've done then. It's so floofy. And round. Oh yeah, so some of you may have noticed I've started actually like uploading art again. Started sitting down and like putting things into the onto the actual upload scheduled queue on Postyburb. And I realized that I'm only posting things to for Affinity and Blue Sky right now. Because like I used to post over on Mastodon, but I realized that I don't log on there. And I think I had a login issue once and I just like haven't logged in at all. I was like, I don't use the service, so I just, oh well. But it made me realize just there's so many art sites that came up so fast and I do not know any of them. I know there's the new one that is like kind of Instagram-esque at least, that artists are using, but I can't even remember the name anymore. I really should, because it's one that I probably should sign up for and have this exist on there. Kara, that's it, Kara. I keep wanting to say card, but like I know that's wrong. Card for a while now. It's like I've been kind of hesitant about it, at least for a while, because hey, there's a new art site. Go sign up and put everything on there. I'm like, it's so tiring. But right, and now what I'm seeing is a bit more hesitation on it. I still probably should make an account just so I have, you know, at least a third site to post onto with Postyburb. But yeah, right now the only thing that I'm a little bit I don't know if concerned or worried is even the right word. It looks like it's just artists on there. Which, I mean, granted, that's not exactly a bad thing. Well, I like, you know, artists to see most stuffs. There's also after Blue Sky and Kara. Yeah. I don't know. I also, part of my, I guess not even part of, probably my main problem with any social media sites right now is I just don't think I have the energy to really engage in a lot of social media sites. So it's like, yeah, I'm signing up for this thing. I'm going to post stuffs on it. I'm not even going to fucking go there and comment on people's stuffs. I barely do that on Blue Sky. I like that card kind of portfolio with still pictures in the timeline aren't part of your portfolio. I just realized, can Postyburb even post to Kara? It's kind of important. Yeah, so the portfolio is like people go to your page, they can pull up your portfolio and see what all you have on there. And then your timeline is like, I am posting onto my timeline, and it is a independent entity from my portfolio. Is that that's my art sites right now, because mostly being targeted artists, primarily artists on there. Nothing wrong with it, but also a bit of a narrow community. Like, it's great if you want to connect with other artists, but it's not as useful for artists who want to get, like, you know, either bigger followings on sites or wants to be able to try and drive commissions or get attention onto their work otherwise. But there should be places that artists can connect with other artists easily. So that's why I'm not really upset that it exists. I just don't know if it'll be something that I'll end up having to use too much. Because, you know, I don't want other artists to feel bad that I'm, you know, one-upping them with how awesome my art is. Totally. You have a mean to update Postyburb as well. They had that one update where basically part of the bug fixes was their updater wasn't able to update through the site. And I'm like, I'll update this later because I have to re-download it. But like, I don't know if it's gonna have issues with all of my stuffs currently in the queue and things I need to upload still. So I'm like, I'm gonna wait until I have like this cleared. So that's why I've been trying to post more. It's just, even with PostyBurb, it's just so tedious uploading art. At least it's easier than having to upload on all the sites. I remember those days. I'm grabbing downloading, but random stuff on my queue. You know what? Please do, actually. Like, you don't have to like schedule stuff. So even if it all does is just, you know, if I end up, you know, installing it and it just borks what I have scheduled, I can just reset the schedule. I just don't have to lose like the list of what arts I still have to upload. And then the list of, and what is it? Like, when I put, after every artfight stream, I put all the arts onto PostyBurb, right? And when I go and upload the pieces to artfight, I grab the link of the character owner and put that in the description on there. So if it ends up eating the description on it, then I lose, or it's harder for me to get the artist credit of who owns the character. But like even that's easy for me to grab too, thinking on it. I just do that to save me a step. So later if I end up, you know, finally uploading stuff after artfight, I don't have to like remember who the hell's who. Please tell me set up PostyBurb, but I'm just like still take time to post, to at least post the one. Like what I like about PostyBurb, and is the thing is a little bit deceptive when it comes to like how convenient it makes stuffs, is if you only post to one site, PostyBurb is worthless other than scheduling stuffs. PostyBurb only lets you schedule things on, you know, sites that don't let you schedule stuffs naturally. And that's the only benefit it has. If you post on two sites, then it makes formatting between the two sites, you know, you might still have to adjust the formatting between the two, but it does make your life a little bit easier to post on to both sites. And then if you post on 3 or more sites, it's like a lifesaver because you know, it's much easier to like copy paste essentially between multiple different sites and services and it automatically updates the code format to adjust for it and tags on Blue Skies and such. It's like, I still have to go through and manually reduce the amount of characters on the Blue Skies post sometimes. But, you know, the fact that I don't have to post on the Blue Skies, it'll do it for me is nice. In fact, I don't have to post on on FA, does it for me, is really nice. And if I had like a third site, then I can basically say, also post it there too. And I don't have to adjust anything. So I'm posting on 3 sites and doing only the effort of like 1.5. And then if I add a 4th site on there, then again, I'm basically posting onto 4 sites while doing only the effort of like 1.5. But if you're just posting on one site, you're basically doing 1.5 effort for one site. Unless you really need the scheduling, which is pretty much why I use PostyBurb. Because when I feel like, you know, feel the energy to be able to upload a bunch of art, instead of spam posting it and, you know, possibly annoying people, or, you know, art doesn't do so well when it's spam posted, I just sit there and I schedule things out for like 3 or 4 days. And I'm like, okay, sweet. I did good. I feel like that needs to be the brightest color. There we go. Yep. I think I'll still end up using PostyBurb even if I only had one site, just for the scheduling. That's actually what I tend to actually recommend it for people, is just because you can schedule posts. Because then it is genuinely like, I feel like I can make some posts right now. And yeah, the UI is a little more annoying. It's a little more, like, it's not as fluid as just posting directly like for Affinity or whatnot. But I can set up 5 of them, and I can have a post every day for 5 days. And then I look like a lot more active of an artist. Your file subscription tags, amounts, etc. Okay, fuck yeah. I'm going to probably have to update that after stream then. Thank you so much. It's more issue you're talking about going through your current issue with updating it. I mean, that's just re-downloading it. Like, that is like, I've had, normally they just update by hitting the update button and that's it. I just have to re-download it because they had an issue with the updater, basically. So, this is a far less common issue. I think it has happened a couple of times. I guess this one whole thing to make posting multiple things easier. Like I said, it's basically 1.5 sites. And if you're like me and basically require scheduled postings in order to make any postings, then, 1.5 sites worth of UI stuffs have to manage is worth it. But, if scheduling is not that big of a deal, then fuck it, don't use it. I just know my energy, and it's like when I'm in the mood, mindset, and have the time and energy in order to upload, I want to upload a lot of stuffs because I'm in the ability to. But when I'm not, I still want things to be uploading, so scheduling is basically mandatory for me. And that's why I use Postybird and why I like it, but it's not a one thing fix all. One size fits all, that's it. Parsword said cheesy art isn't included. They are taking suggestions for other sites, but they are also actually remaking the entire program, making it easier to use and everything, but they have to update the entire code base. So while they're doing that, they're not adding any sites temporarily, but apparently it's become a much bigger task to completely update it than they had thought. And it was actually a side project of the dude who's making it. I think dude, actually. I'd never actually looked at the thing. Dude in a gender neutral term. But yeah, it's an entirely independent project that they're working on. And, entirely independent projects, sometimes you just don't have the energy to be able to work on it for a couple of months, which is valid when it's something that has to constantly be updated because fucking Twitter. It's like Twitter and like a couple of the sites just are change up their API stuffs occasionally, or they have a couple of bugs that show up on edge cases and they have to go in and fix them. So it's like, well, I gotta work on this instead. Yeah, I deleted my Twitter account, so. Well, I deleted my X account. I only like calling it Twitter when it's, what it once was. You remember how great Twitter was? Now it's X. It's kind of the basic idea. Sad days. But yeah, I don't post on there anymore. Yep. To each their own, I suppose. Like I said, I straight up deleted my Twitter account, so I don't even use it at all. Remembered Eurovision happened. I had to go check out the songs from this year. Eurovision. Eurovision, I see, okay. I mean, you enjoy. I'm gonna finish up this, and it's totally not gonna take me the rest of the stream. See, I don't have to put on, like, clown makeup or anything when I say jokes like that, because I'm a certified clown. A lot of the same and safe songs this year. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. I don't actually know what Eurovision really is, to be honest. Is it just like a big concert? Eurovision Song Contest? Basically, yes. Okay. The new face. It's a competition where people sing and then countries vote on who their friends are this year. That's funny. I dig the description. Sounds like people don't, a lot of people don't take it too seriously. Got it. I'm certain people in certain fields take it very seriously. Just realized I still haven't done like the legs or the cherry here. And my shoulder is starting to ache. I was a little bit worried about doing 3 art streams 3 days in a row, but I kind of had to figure out if I can. And also I wanted to have enough time for the to like rest up and get things ready and such.
Stretch your wrists, A.
Oh, nowhere else. Okay. But yeah, I wanted to have some stuff ready and set up for the fundraiser stream and have the energy. So. Not very serious about some political shenanigans, unfortunately. Okay. Stretching the wrist. Yeah, so I have 30 minutes left. I think when I finish this art, I'm going to call that a stream. Even if we maybe have like some time left over. Because arm is getting sore, shoulder is getting sore, body is getting tired. And I probably shouldn't do 3 days in a row for a bit. 2 days in a row, I think I can do. 2 days in a row, I think is definitely possible. 3 days in a row, unless that third day is like something else entirely. Okay, stretch the wrist a bit. A little bit more shading going on up here. And it's a little bit too high. Yeah, I will say tomorrow I am probably going to do basically fucking nothing. Like, I'm calling it. Gonna be lazy day tomorrow. Watch me just end up playing Elden Ring all day or something. How on earth am I supposed to highlight this? Carefully, that's how. Looked at attack and art. Let me go take a look. Hey! Attack, your arms hurt. It looks good. I love the colors. You like, genuinely, you did really well with the colors. If you said that they're a rave-coded character, then I don't doubt that that probably gave you some difficulties. And not exactly following my normal shading things too much right now, but I do not care. Say, I drew this weird shark on Artfight. You should go check it out. Oh my fucking god. I drew this weird waifu on Artfight? Oh, yep. I look like a thumb. I mean this positively. Too many art fight attacks. That's what it is. It's an infinite notification bar. I love that you went through the effort of matching the notification icon. Like, that is a good touch. Hold on. I almost want to see what, like, God, I almost would have preferred if it actually had the icon here. Like, it actually matches what I'm dealing with. By the way, fucking 20 right now. But no, this is perfect. This is so good. For fuck's sakes. Oh yeah, that too. They still have that up. It's not 20 attacks, thankfully. These are 20 notifications. I have, like, follow stuffs that I haven't removed, and a couple of, yeah, we have a couple of messages I haven't removed yet. So there's still some hope for me. But hope is dwindling fast. All right, we just got legs of the Banui. Clear attack notifications, so account looks better than it is. I keep the attack notification, so that's like my hit list. I'm going up through it. Yeah. It does make me very paranoid about the clear all button, but if ever I do that, I will just end up using the what is it? I'll just like go through the actual list of defenses I have and just use that. Okay. Spacing out, shading. Yeah, I have like it's not just, oh wow, I have more revenges to do. Like I don't generally want to do chains because then I'll end up getting stuck with the same, like, you know, probably 5 or 6 people. Because I know people who would absolutely attack back every single time that I attack them. But I want to like go through and just find other characters and such. But having more attacks means I have to do more attacks in order to maintain my average. Ah. All right, let's go through and clean this up then. We're almost done, everyone. With today's stream. How many streams am I gonna have to schedule next week? Am I actually gonna have to draw offline? Be wild. Just like try to fit like an hour of art here or there type of deal. Oh no. We're almost done with Art Fight Forever. No. The real art fight were the friends we made along the way. One leggy. One leggy. We did it. We won art fight. We defeated the art fight. We're free. I mean, honestly, art fight did almost die last year. There was some real concern. And I'm certain it would have... It was like someone else would have ended up making an art fight site again. Ownership change was whack. It's like more so the reasons why it was changed and everything was a lot of people were really concerned about what was going on. So I was hearing a lot of people saying that art fight, like, you know, it might stop existing. This might be the last art fight. But thankfully thankfully it all actually resolved it really well. One thing that drawing battle. Hey, I was trying to think of what on earth a rename would be, and sure. But yeah, one thing I was worried about with this year's art fight, because it's under new ownership, it's now owned between 3 people. But I was worried that with all of the like discourse around it, some people thought that art fight was done and might not think to go look again immediately, or just like, you know, they would go nuclear and say, I'm never going to use art fight again because of blank, 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 which was unfounded. There's a couple. But yeah, I was worried that they wouldn't have gotten funding this year. Like the user base would have been a lot smaller, or people would have been really apprehensive about giving funding, because that was part of the big issues. That, you know, people weren't super comfortable with donating, but it looks like they did reach the goals that they wanted to reach. And it looks like they were either concerned that people would be worried or concerned about reaching it themselves, because those 3 owners, they've been very clear they are not taking any money from it this year. Like they're taking no paychecks or anything for any of the work they're doing. Yes. If anything, I think the drama probably strengthened the site, because everyone in the higher ups that was, you know, engaging with it, and this was, you know, part of their immediate life and immediate issues, were responsible adults about it. Even the previous owner basically went, I messed up, I'm stepping down. It's like, I did not do my due diligence with these things. I'm stepping down, stepping away. And, you know, I'm talking with the people on, like, what the, like, you know, who's going to be taking over and such. And it's like, that's incredibly fucking responsible. Like, insanely responsible. It's like crazy what happens when people are responsible freaking adults. We actually get a positive outcome for everyone involved. Because I have even less, like, oh look, Suicune. Yeah, I have like very little animosity towards the previous owner. It's like, looking at the stuffs, they weren't like, what was it? Really, the biggest problem is like a failure to communicate certain things, which, yeah, granted, was a kind of a big issue. But they then took entire responsibility for any issues that came about from that and stepped down, instead of trying to say, no, I'm still going to be a part of this and I'm still going to like make income from this, when that was part of the problem. It's like, nope, no cash cow, I'm out. It's like, that takes a lot. Like, legally, they had every right to just stay there and continue, you know, being the owner of Artfight and just dealing with it. But no, they fucking stepped down. It's like, holy shit. Yes, it was bad communication, and kind of like, what was it? Bad communication, and that coupled with various members felt like various members who were working for Artfight felt like they weren't getting their due diligence, and they weren't being respected. And then there's something else with like some of the mod team and how they handled people, but that was like a very subset thing, which could also be lumped into poor communication, because for all I know, they thought that how they were treating like tickets and such was totally responsible and totally fine, because they were told that, but other members did not know that that's what they were told to do, or something like that. Like, that's all I know. That's all I could know about it. I could be totally fucking wrong there too. But, you know, it was largely a lack of communication from the site owner on where funds were going, what funds were being used for, and what their exact situation was. Like, that's pretty much what it was. And again, mature adults doing mature adult things. It's fantastic when you see it. It's like, I will be pointing to Artfight as a reason why talking about your fucking problems and any issues that you're having is actually a really good idea. Although when it comes to a large thing like that, have the internal discussion first. Like if they just posted like, hey, I messed up, here's the problems, I'm gonna find another member of the team to take over. There probably would have been a lot of issues between the team members of like, who the fuck is taking over this? What? They're stepping down? No, they didn't tell. Like if they, have that internal discussion first if it's a large thing before you go make a public announcement about it, which they did, which is good. They talked about it. They figured shit out. Oh. Didn't have it shaded in this leg. Leggy. Whoa, no, don't talk about adult things here. You're right, sorry, this is a safe for work stream. Can't be talking about adult things on Twitch. So help me God, if anyone mentions their taxes, you will be banned. Legos, anyone? I'm actually genuinely curious. Like, Legos has been pushing, like, them as a model system. Like, they've been pushing their models a lot more. I know they still have all the playsets and everything. And it's not like they're not making the playsets, but I see more and more about the crazy new models that they're making. I wonder if adults buying Legos to make models or kids getting Legos to play with them, which is like more like what do they see more sales from adults with the models or kids with the play? You know what? I'm actually going to change that statement a bit. Do they see more from anyone getting models because they like the models or anyone getting the Legos because they like the toys? Because adults can get Legos for toys and kids can get Legos for models. That's totally fine. It's like I knew plenty of people when I was younger that collected the models. So yeah, Legos might be an adult thing too, okay? Do you make sense for adults? I've never seen cool Lego flowers intended for adults to build. Oh yeah, no, they actually have a whole lot of adult-centered models. It's like, these are incredibly complex builds. This is something that, if you're not experienced with this, could take you like a couple of days to put it together properly because of the complexity on it. And those are getting kind of more common too. Which, I mean, I'm fine with it. There's beautiful freaking models. More times we just called them Legos is killing me. I know, it's Lego. It's always Lego. There's never an S. But my Eggos. Lego my Eggos. Oh. When I was a kid, I genuinely was wondering what the fuck, like, Eggo waffles had anything to do with Legos. The fuck? Is it because, like, waffles kind of have, like, a grid pattern? That makes no sense. But no, I was just mishearing the ads. It was, like, let go. It was, like, Lego my Eggo waffles. So it was, like... Okay, good. It wasn't just me. The creatures do champions. Yeah. Yeah, I was really trying to find the connection. Took me quite a while to realize that there wasn't one. I was just misunderstanding what they were saying. Anyways, yeah, Eggo waffles are just cardboard. Change my mind. You can't because they are. They just taste like cardboard. I can't even have them anymore, so can't change my mind. Oh yeah, homemade pancakes always win. I prefer homemade waffles personally, but I mean, homemade will always beat toaster. But I homemade it in the toaster. Not just cardboard if you add syrup. My diet's not sure goodness for you anymore. And I have celiac, so I can't have gluten. So I have to like make my own waffles and make my own waffles if ever I want any. So I can make it without gluten. All right. I kind of like this without a background. Like just transparent bun. Actually, no. Selection from layer create selection. We're actually gonna give it like a sticker-esque background. Expand that a little bit more. Look at that. So we have gluten allergies. That is a very bizarre thing. That people are like getting those two backwards, huh? But yeah, it's the Buffin. Yeah, just a little bit jagged, but I can live with that. So long as you don't tell anyone. There you go. Exactly. Just try and make sure to save your arts. Yeah, everyone, save your arts. I just finished this one, so I'm saving it now. Is this, what was this entitled? Is it just titled Buffin? Yep, just Buffin. Okay. It's such a cute freaking character. Like, it's not even a character so much as it is like a concept. It's a concept called a Buffin. It's a bun. It's a bunny muffin. Like, oh my gosh. Like, oh my gosh. All right, so here's what we did today. We did a digital painting headshot. All these are revenges. A cat chilling, sitting there. We got a nugget. But yeah, we had to focus on the tiny tail because apparently everyone kept drawing them with a big tail. What is this? Oh yeah, that was me grabbing that. But I turned it into this. A 20-minute digital painting because I needed something to fill in some time. And you know what? That seemed super doable. Then of course we ended it with the Buffin. Because of course the Buffin should be something that ends it off. Skulls are very fun for the 20-minute digital paintings. Or normally I do 15 minutes, but I added 5 extra minutes because I felt like it being nice. The character is also kind of a complex one, so totally incentivized in that way. Let me see who is online and doing... who's online in the art fight category? Hopefully that... Okay. God, the number of people who aren't doing art here.
There's actually a lot of artists on right now. That's actually awesome. It That Me Out is online, but I kind of like, I don't know, I like rating a bunch of different people. So let's find some. Oh my god, actually wait, how many people are in the art category and aren't doing art? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, there's quite a bit actually. Okay, whatever. Who's this be? All right, we're rating a goat. Kimmy Arts. They're working on art fight stuffs today, and copy your poke message. If you're a sub, copy the sub message. If you're not a sub, copy the not a sub message. We're going to be going over and rating somebody who is doing art fight stuffs, and that means that you should all be on your best behavior and spam that message into their chat, so it makes me look good and makes me look like I have a lot more people here than I might have otherwise have. But no, they're currently working on some really cute stuffs, and I think you are all going to enjoy it. I know nothing about them otherwise, so that'll be pretty fun. I will see you all Friday for the Ken fundraiser stream. Again, Friday at noon Central Time over on Kentawall. That is where we're going to be going live with art raffles and such for fundraiser to help get funds for Ken and help pay off his medical debt. I will hopefully see all of you there, even if you aren't able to participate in that stream, in in donating or anything for that. Just being it actually helps out a lot. But that is stuffs in the future. Going over, check out what Kimmy Arts here has going on. Chill out in their stream for a bit. Maybe give them a follow. If you can't stay, that's totally fine. But at least consider going over in the raid and seeing what they have. I'll see you all Friday. Good night. Goodbye. Love yous. See yous. All that good jam.